Get it out.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah, rest in
Uh,
peace.
I mean, that's how we're jumping into this.
Yeah,
After
rest in
after that
peace.
after
Yeah,
that whole thing, yeah,
yeah. Welcome to this hype beast
yeah, it's
podcast.
changed.
Wel-
I'm no jumper
welcome,
now.
welcome to hip hop heads.
Yeah, hip hop heads. Yeah, HHH. Um, but I mean, let me introduce you, Jacob. It's a pleasure to have you on. Let me reiterate that.
Oh,
After
Jacob, thank you for having me.
Dude, it's after 23 minutes of us talking, we're finally getting it going here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
feeling good, feeling great.
no, I know we got to a good start. We got a lot out, and now we're here. Now we're on the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah, are you in LA right now?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh boy.
I'm. This is gonna be my last month in this apartment, and I'm moving into a new place in Silver Lake,
Okay, good. Yeah,
which I'm stoked about. It's kind of been the highlight of this. Well, I still kind of feel like last year is still this year, so
yeah,
I'm like, this is feeling good, or maybe it should just feel like, yeah, this is the start of 2021. I'm moving into a new place. The place I've been living is called Boys Town. There's been like a lot of guys who have lived here, and it's mostly like guys who shared like rooms here, but they're all like indie rock guys, in the scene, you know. But it's closing. My roommate was moving. My roommate's like, I'm moving out. It's like, cool, I'll find a place. And we've only stayed here because it's cheap. It's like $850.
850
Yeah,
for LA.
yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
What's
We split it, so it's
That's
like it's
even
1,600. But
crazier.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
we both pay 850.
I
But
thought
it's
you were.
still like
I thought
it's still cheap.
the gross total was 850. I was like,
No,
that's insane.
well,
That's
it's
what are
crazy.
you rent
Well,
controlled? I don't know.
the first it is rent controlled, but the
Okay.
first two years that I lived here, I shared it with two different guys, so I was paying 400 a month, but I had to share a room with another dude, which was so rough. But I mean, that's what I had to do when I moved here.
You gotta make those sacrifices sometimes to,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
live to live your dreams. Yeah.
yeah. And the thing is wasn't really my dream. I was like, because I'd come, Surf Curses existed for I think 10 years now. Yeah, almost 11, which is
We'll be
nuts.
getting into that. I got some questions for you here,
Oh
but
hell
but
yeah.
we're gonna jump into
But
that.
but,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying, what was I saying? But yeah, it's like I ended up here and I was just like, okay, great. Like I'll share a room. That was like the first, thing that I saw. And it was like rough at the beginning, and then just, slowly started getting better and better, and like I was able to do stuff, and yeah, eventually
Yeah.
stopped sharing a room. you know. It was like a lot of touring, which was like nice because like I definitely
Oh,
got out.
when you were sharing it, you were like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gone. Yeah,
That's what was
that's
good. Was like, yeah, like if I go on to like I'd go on tour and then come back and like stay there for like a couple weeks, and then go back, and it was, I mean, stupid times, but
that's a best case scenario
fun.
though for being in that position. I mean, just be like, I'm gone usually, but
Yeah,
I'll be back
I know, but
eventually.
I was a little too old to share a freaking room, but I don't know. LA is expensive, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's only gotten more expensive, and then especially during this pandemic, it's still expensive.
yeah. What year did you move out here?
2016.
Okay,
Yeah,
so more on the recent side.
yeah.
Has it just been there in that
I've
place?
I've been in this yeah I've been in this place for almost 5 years, and but getting out, which I'm so
Finally,
excited about. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
need that address when you move out because I really want to jump on that.
Oh, this place? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that I think they're gonna tear this. It's carpet. It's disgusting. This place has been around, like I said, it's been around for years, and it just like I think one of the reasons why I could have kept the place, but the reason why I'm moving out is because I feel like I'll die here because it's like it's just a dump. It's just a dump. You wouldn't want to live here, but I think they're gonna refurbish it, and like it's gonna be beautiful. But
And then
I'm
you move.
moving.
You're gonna move
I'm
back
moving
in.
into, and then I'll move back in. Yeah. No, I just signed a lease for a year in this new place. I'm like so excited. It's like it's like a 1 bedroom, but it's in an apartment, but it's huge. Like
It's
there's
great.
just so much space. I love it. Yeah, I'm paying you know, I'm paying a lot, but I don't.
Yeah.
I
We'll
need
keep
it.
it.
I need it for 4 years of living here and like having to share space. I'm like, no, I need my own spot.
It's time. It's time.
Yeah,
Moving on up.
locking
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good though, man. That's good. Changes. It changes good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. That's I'm so excited for you, man.
Thank
That's
you.
I'm happy for you. I mean, I'm over here in
Yeah,
Orange
where are you
County.
at? You're in
I'm
Orange County
Orange
still.
County, yeah.
Cool.
I'm bordering you. We're right
Are you
across the
trying to
pond.
move over here?
Really, I've really wanted to. Like
Yeah.
it's always it's always been a thought of mine, and with more and more of my buddies moving, um shout out to Cameron. He just moved to San Diego. So I mean he left me. A couple of my other buddies are in San Diego, and
Ouch.
everyone's moving.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking off, which is it's time.
It is a time just because I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
Like you might as well just enjoy a place in quarantine while you can, or
it's
like if you're
true.
gonna be stuck somewhere, be stuck somewhere that's nice.
I mean, I'm
Or like
still in my
that or
parents'
that
house. It's good.
that
It's
feels
good. It's
safe.
nice. Yeah,
That's cool that you're at your parents. I know a lot of people who like, you know, they moved in with their parents or like, they're like hunkering down somewhere, which it's like that's mad respect.
yeah, yeah. I
You
well,
got you got a
I'm
you got a
holding it
nice
down.
room.
Yeah, it's great. I got art in the such.
Hmm.
I got this drum set though, and I live with that in the room. Been living with it for years.
You
Uh,
playing it? You can't
taking
play
it.
it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
I play it. I noodled around for a couple years now.
Fun.
Yeah, super fun. Very in the way. So I mean,
Yeah, no, it's worth it though.
yeah. I mean,
Just
by the looks of your place, I know that you wouldn't understand living with instruments in your
oh,
household.
oh, buddy. Look at this.
No, I know. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, I
wait,
could see
wait.
it. Oh boy.
My synths, all my
Yeah.
guitars and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, this place is a dump. There's no room in here. This next place I'm living, oh, so much room. So much room. Very
Is all
very
that
stoked.
stuff going to?
What? To my place? The new place?
Yeah, all the synths and the guitars and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a huge closet. There's like 2 huge closets. There's so much space I can just
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. I'm like, because I've been living in like clutter for like all this time. I'm like surrounded by VHS tapes and like stuff like old roommates have left. Like it's not fun.
Yeah,
And then
but I mean, everything has its time and place. But this time
yeah,
and place is gone, and that's great.
moving on,
New
moving on up.
horizons,
Yeah,
moving
exactly.
on up. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that's it.
I'm I'm like so obsessed with this new apartment. I'm like stoked to move in, and I'm all giddy about it because it's like I've actually never signed a lease. I've never like I'm like really adulting. I have to like call the electric company to get my shit set up, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah,
here we go.
this
These are the
is
big times. I have to get internet.
this is
I've
big
always
kid
like
shit. Yeah, big
exactly
kid
because
shit.
I've
Yeah.
been I've always moved into somewhere, and it's just like all right, people have always taken care of it. I'm like, all right, time to move on up. I'm
No,
28. I gotta do it.
you're only 28. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane with the amount of stuff that you've done. I mean,
There's a lot more that needs to come out.
and it will. I mean, I think you got a great because you're 8 years older than I am.
Oh wow,
So yeah,
young boy,
yeah, young buck. Yeah,
young buck.
just trying to move into
You
a.
you seem older. I thought you were a little bit older.
Yeah, I look it. I right. I mean,
Yeah.
I did my hair for this thing. I don't do my hair. I got a haircut recently. I got some pomade. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw it in.
Looks good.
I appreciate it, but it gets. I feel like my hair gets long quick. So then like the pomade isn't used until I cut it again, and I'll use it like twice. It's a whole mess.
I feel that. I feel that too, man. My hair gets crazy. Where I'm like, we both have. The thing is you just gotta, you gotta like go 2 or 3 days of just seeing what your hair is like without doing anything, and then you gotta accept what it is, and then you gotta
Yeah.
just work with it, you know?
Yeah, that's what I usually do. That is it, because I'm naturally curly haired.
Yeah,
So I deal with that. I just kind of like brush it back, like you kind of gotta train it.
exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I'm just I got
That's
the
wild that
haircut.
you. Well, that's wild that you got curly hair because it looks pretty like
Yeah, when
straight.
I combed it, but I will tell you.
Yeah.
I will tell you that there it is all but that. Yeah, I'll tell you. Um but yeah, but we'll see. Hair is hair. I feel like I gotta switch it up. I can't do the shaved head because people are doing it and it looks great. It looks like it's nice for the hot sun.
Yeah.
It's not for me. No way.
You don't
I'm not
shave your
doing
head.
it. I'm not doing it. No way. I haven't shaved my head in years. I used to go to this barber with my brother, and our dad would take us, and it was like $7. They did two
Love.
cuts, crew cut or just buzzed.
So
And
you
it's
do the
always
buzz.
buzzed, always buzzed. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I'm past that now.
I think you'll. I think everyone. It feels good. Like I think you'll shave your head in a couple years, and that's
Oh, I don't
fine.
know. I don't know. I just
You'll do it, and that's okay. I
yeah.
do. I do it every. Well, I did it 2 years ago. That's when I first did it, and then I did it during this quarantine, like everyone else did.
Sure. Yeah, it was a thing. It
It
was
was.
hot. It was hot for a
It
minute.
was. It was hot, especially. I mean, this apartment. It you can't see because of the sun, but uh, there's an AC unit, and it only
I
reaches.
just saw it. By the way, let me
Okay.
just tell you something about that lighting. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Oh,
It is photogenic.
the glare is always my nightmare if I try to take a photo of anything because it flashes on the TV, and there's not. I mean, all we got is this gorilla up here,
Yeah.
blocking half of it. This has been up since I moved in, actually, which is
I
great.
like how you don't change it. You're like, nothing's gonna get changed.
There's
I'm moving in.
yeah, and what's funny is that like we got like this like these curtains like all over because my roommate got them, but that was after 3 years of not having anything there.
It
So
takes a
funny.
second to change,
Yeah,
as we know.
I think we have other. I think we had other stuff like more shirts or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like you're censoring yourself to
dumpy.
not say shit. Please say whatever you want to say.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I just think I'm so used to having like a radio voice because that's how me and Nick we had like a radio show. So every time we're in headphones and talking into mics, it's just kind of like you know,
You're not gonna get the
you're stuck.
FCC.
I'm stuck in it. It's like I'm
Yeah.
stuck in that mindset, but it's nice because I don't have to use fuck as filler or whatever. Uh,
But you placed it perfectly right there. That was great.
yeah.
It was
Oh,
neat. It needed to be
I'm
said.
very good. I'm very good at cursing.
Yeah, I know all of them. I know all the
Yeah.
words. Where did you guys have the radio station? Was that back in Henderson, Reno?
That was in Reno at the college station because he started having a show there, and then he actually became the radio director at the University of Reno, Nevada.
Are
So
you,
he was a radio guy.
did you graduate from there as well?
No, I went to college. I went to community college for a year because like I got a $3,000 scholarship. So I went for 1 year and I was like, "What am I going to be, a music journalist? Fuck this!" And I got out of it
Yeah. Yeah.
because I felt like there was no money to be made, and also I was creating things, so it was like, why am I going to write about other people? Like I'm just gonna make my own music and be my own creative person. So
And have people write about you. And I
yeah,
think that's worked out real well.
that was never that's never been the intention, but it so happens that it happens.
Yeah, which is good, right?
Sometimes
It's pretty
it's fun.
good, right?
It's fun. Yeah, yeah. I always think it's funny because I always think every time I'm talking to like a young journalist, I just want to be like, hey, talk to me in 3 years and let's see if you're still a journalist, because I think most of those young people just start making music on their own and stuff because it's like really they are attracted to the the process and they're wanting to know people, and then they kind of are using that information and they're intaking it, and subconsciously they're like, you know what, I'm going to be a musician now,
Yeah.
because it's more fun, because I think whenever you get the insight of like a creative individual, like you just get inspired to just want to do those things,
Mhm.
which is beautiful,
It's great.
like the
It's good.
fact that you have drum sets, back there. It's like, okay, I'm probably gonna see you on a stage at some point, because that's just how
Well,
things
I sure hope you
have been
show up.
happening.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's let me tell you the dilemma I've been in right now.
Go for it.
I I've been trying to jam. I've been trying to do this for years. Um, just been trying to jam with people. Nobody ever came through ever. So I decided, you know what, I gotta do the most that I could do.
Which I'm gonna say that's crazy because everyone's always looking for a drummer.
Which is crazy because nobody wants it in Orange County. Let me tell you that, okay?
That's crazy to me, unless everyone's a drummer there.
No, it's just that I had a lot of buddies who were playing music, and I was like, okay, great. Like I'm gonna go get a drum set off of Craigslist. My good buddy Josh drove me before I could drive. Shout
Mhm.
out to Josh. Went down to I think Costa Mesa, picked up a cheap drum set. Had that for years.
Uh-huh.
Started playing. I was like, hey man, like come over, let's jam. He's like, yeah, like we'll get around to it. Never got around to it ever. So now I'm and my brother even plays music, and he's like, no, nobody wants to play music.
Hey,
Nobody wants to.
you'll find those people,
Yeah,
especially after quarantine and stuff and things get back. I'm sure you're gonna run into people who are gonna be like, "You play drums? Thank God,"
yeah. Hopefully one
especially at
day.
shows and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. People. Yeah. If if it suits, but nonetheless, we're not here to talk about my musical ambitions. We're here to talk about your
It's
musical
Hey,
ambitions.
we're just talking, baby. It's
We're
fine.
just but I brought you on. I of course I wanted to hear about the new apartment. I mean that's like the main reason why I
Yeah.
got you on here. And then
welcome
whatever.
to welcome to Apartment Hunters.
It's hip hop heads
Hip hop
and
heads and apartment loving.
it's a good segue. No, but that's yeah. That's my dilemma. But were you always playing guitar? I mean, is that what you started on? No, you started on bass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I knew that. You
Oh
started
yeah.
on bass.
Well, I started on bass because of a mutual homie. Not a real homie. He's kind of like he's a terrible guy, but me and Nick's mutual best friend before we were even friends asked me to be in a band with Nick, and he was like, you have to play a bass. You have to learn. I'll teach you how to play a bass. And so I tried, and then I got kicked out. But I kept playing, and then I eventually like got a guitar, and just started learning that when I was, I don't know, like a freshman in high school, and I just kept with it, and I kept practicing it because of revenge, I guess.
Yeah,
So mad about the situation,
gotta
but
stay hungry. Yeah,
yeah,
gotta
but
have some
yeah,
some drive. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm still not even that great of a guitar player, but you know, I like I could figure out melodies or things that I want to do. So I mean,
I think
that's
there's about
nice.
probably 2,000 kids in a 20-mile radius of me that would say otherwise. That you are a good guitarist.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's
I'm
funny
telling
because
you that I know. That's what I'm
uh,
saying. I'm
yeah.
giving you
Well,
the inside scoop.
well, yeah, thanks. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just really good at writing simple songs because that's what I want. I don't like. I was anti guitar solos for years and years and years because I'm like, no one wants to hear guitar solos, because it's like it kind of stops the show. Like in like the Surf Curse mindset, because I mean that whole project has been like, this music is supposed to be translated to the live experience. So we're writing songs that are fast paced, or things that are gonna like like get everyone like going, you know. So
Yeah.
that's like the process of how we've always done it. And with the guitar solo stuff, it's like you're stopping just to show off, you know, to show off a skill that like doesn't get people going. So if there ever has been like a lead, it like I've always just wanted to make it interesting, or like Nick would make something like really interesting to like go along with it, and it's always worked out very nice, you know. As long as it's melodic and it gets stuck in your head, then that's great. But soloing, just like shredding, never been a fan, you know.
Yeah, and that's great. I think that kind of set you guys apart in a way that you weren't expecting that, and you still don't,
Yeah.
which is great. I'm a big Leonard Skinner fan though, so I mean it's kind of hard to hear, but
Dude,
nonetheless.
no, what's it called? What's the big one? The Forrest Gump song? Not Sweet Home Alabama, the other one.
No, Freebird. Yeah.
Freebird rolls. The Freebird is the most annoying thing that you could say at a show, but that is legitimately a really good song.
Yeah, I've heard that countless times.
What,
Nobody's
that's
ever
a good.
taken up the offer. Nobody's ever like, you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it.
That's. I think that's like a if we ever get to play music again, I think that's a trick that I want to learn, is to actually kick into Freebird, because it's a fun, like, lyrically it's a really good song, and structurally it's a really good song.
Oh yeah.
The solo is it goes on for a little too long, but I still think it's brilliant, you know.
I
Like I
I yeah. Sorry, go
like
ahead, please.
people think that song's over. Like there's two things I have beefs with. People think that song's overrated, which I think now it's become underrated. And the Eagles are a great band aside from Hotel California, which is a trash song, horrible song, but every other Eagles song is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I if you don't like the Eagles, I mean, that is I feel sorry for them.
I think it's weird if you like Hotel California, you
It
know.
no, like genuinely though,
That's a
like
like
if you genuinely
like
like
Hotel California, I'm like, that's weird, you
yeah.
know.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
especially after all this time. Uh God, I think I asked my grandma one time. We were in a diner, and it was Don't Stop Believin', or I think it was Hotel California. I was like, you know, you've been around since like, I don't, like, she was born in like the 40s. And I'm like, you experienced the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, you know, the 90s. Like, this song has been playing for like 40 years now. Like, are you annoyed with this? And she was like, sometimes you just want a song to stop. And I felt that so goddamn hard. I'm like, yeah, maybe some of these songs are just not good, you know. Like, or like
Yeah.
it's kind of like there's just better songs out there, and you just need to let go that like that's just kind of, it's become bottom of the barrel, you know. It's like my controversy about the Beatles. Like, I think the Beatles music is whatever. Like, I don't, like, they're fine, but the most interesting things that they did were post Beatles. Like, all of their solo stuff, John, Paul, and George. Yoko's my favorite, legitimately like my favorite. I'm not saying that as a joke. Like, she's my favorite Beatle.
Can I tell you real quick?
Yeah.
I had an inside joke with my buddy. Shout out to Josh again, good guy.
Josh Cameron.
Josh Cameron and Naps, because if he listens to this, he'll get a kick out of it. But some people don't listen. But anyways, I digress. We Josh and I would go to record stores quite often when we were younger, and every time I'd see a Yoko Ono record or tape or CD, anything, I'd be like, my favorite Beatle, and like we'd laugh and laugh. So it's so funny that is a genuine like thought of yours. I mean, that's great.
Well, she's
But
incredible.
yes,
Have you ever given her a shot?
I'm gonna tell you honestly and truthfully, I've not given her a honest run. You know, you get what I'm saying. I mean, I've heard it. I haven't really gone in. You know,
check out the album Approximately Infinite Universe. That rules. It's like every song on there is like so beautiful. She has a song on there. I think it's like looking outside my window or something. It's a song about depression, and it's the best song about depression I've ever heard. It's like her. It's like the lyrics are like her being like, I was in this hotel 10 years ago, the same room, and I felt this sadness, and 10 years later I still feel this sadness. And
it's
it's
pretty
like
deep.
it's beautiful and deep, and like the thing is like, I mean, she has another album that is just like the front of it is like, this is dedicated to all like the women who were locked up for being themselves, and like for society thinking like they're crazy, like, and like like she has a song called like uh Witches of Salem, which are like it's about like, women being burned for no reason, at the stake. Like her her music's powerful. She has a song called Angela. It's about Angela Davis. It's beautiful.
I was interested, like all the Angelas.
Yeah.
That's what it's out there for. It's all of them, just
Yeah.
across the board.
But yeah, I mean, like,
I will check that out. I
if you
definitely will.
like, yeah, like listen to it, and hit me back up and tell me how you feel, because I
Yeah,
think it's legitimately like fantastic. Like, even the crazy, it's not like a lot of like the wow kind of stuff. It's like her actually singing, and her voice is like beautiful, and like
yeah.
her broken, like the way that she sings the broken English stuff is like you just love and admire it, like it's great.
Because that's when you said like when she gets all crazy with the voice. I feel like that's what pops
That's
into
what
a lot of
everyone.
people's heads. Yeah.
That's what everyone hears,
Mhm. I
But
mean, me too. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not excluding myself
yeah,
from this group,
but
but yeah,
like, even there, that album, the Plastic Ono album, which is just all that. It's so cool because it's just like these really sick grooves, and she's just like, letting go and stuff. Like she's like, the way that that she handles music is just so interesting, and she's in it, and she like feels it, and like it works. Like, it doesn't, there's never like, if you listen to those albums like in its entirety, like you're just like, yeah, this all makes sense, like this all flows really well. She's not just like, you know yelling and just being random. It's like, this is like, it's beautiful, it works. But
there's a through
yeah.
line to it. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
what
and
you're saying.
also the Season of Glass record. It's like right after John Lennon's death that she made that. Phil Spector produced it.
Oh boy.
Haunting, beautiful. Because they're
Well,
like,
Phil or the record.
Phil Spector
Both.
produced it.
No, I'm saying,
Oh,
he said haunting. I said
oh
Phil
yeah.
or yeah.
No, just the album itself, because I mean, it's all about like, his death. Like she's watched her fucking the love of her life get blown to bits, with a gun.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so fucked up. And like, and then here she writes these songs about like, you know like the first half is just like these really beautiful, peaceful love songs, and then the second half is like if you listen to like the B-side of it, you flip it over, it just starts off with gunshots and her just screaming no, and then it's like into these songs about like, why the fuck did you do this to me, like it's just like, it hurts, like it hurts so much.
That's intense. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I
it's
didn't think
intense,
that's yeah.
but and that's the thing, is like, there's just such an honesty about her, and just like this this will to just express her love and her sadness with people, and it's like the most misunderstood person has like the most beautiful things to say.
I think that's well said.
Check it out.
I think we could just end it right here. It's been a pleasure. Um, no,
And
that's
well, welcome to Yoko Talk.
oh my gosh, another transition. That is 3 podcasts wrapped up in the 4th podcast that it is called. What a mighty transitions.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun stuff.
All right, I want to go back for a second though. You
Yeah.
said that you were DJing in Reno with Nick. And by the way,
Oh, yeah.
we've referenced him quite a bit here. We're talking about Nick Cave, right? Correct? You and
Yeah.
Nick Cave.
Nick Cage. It's pronounced Cage.
Oh, it's Cage. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Ah, yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Monsieur Nicholas Radigan.
Yeah. Good guy.
Yeah, but he had like we like had a radio show called No Future, which is based on a Titus Andronicus song. Multiple parts of Titus Andronicus's discography or whatever, but songography. But yeah, it's fun times. I don't know. Radio. I mean, it was just a short stint, so that's
No, that's good.
fine.
It's interesting though. I didn't know that. That's why I have you on. I'm trying to learn things I didn't know.
No,
And
that's
that's a good one. Let me ask you another question. Kind of jumping forward a bit more.
yeah, go for it.
Did Amoeba flip the bill for what you picked in that store, or did you pay for it yourself? How does that work?
Oh, okay, so they give you, I don't know if I could probably say it, but they give you
Please do if you can.
they give you a certain amount of money. Um, let's say it's not a lot, but I ended up spending like $250
Out of pocket.
out of pocket, but not even including the
Right.
that.
Whatever
But
that is.
it was worth it. I got some sick stuff, and that was fun. They are super nice because we did that show with them where we played at Amoeba, and it
Mhm.
was so much fun. And like and it's crazy because of the turnout. Like there was it was completely full, and they were saying like we haven't seen this place full, or like the only two times like it's been this full where we had to like, you know, like lock the doors was Paul McCartney and Jack White.
That's as I was gonna say, Paul McCartney, which I just
Mm-hmm.
recently. I didn't know that Jack White played there, but I don't know why I didn't think that he didn't. You get what I'm
I think
saying?
it was like the Dead Weather. It was like one of his bands. I don't know, but it was like, whoa, that's actually
That's
nuts.
insane. That's like a
Yeah.
really, really impressive thing. I mean, you should be happy about that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It doesn't seem like you are. It doesn't seem like you had a grin when you were saying it.
well, I mean, it was definitely like the show is fun. I mean, like the thing is that it's cool to do something like that, but like um it was a little awkward because it's just people in like these CD aisles and record aisles just like standing there, and they can't. There's no dancing and like a little bit of movement, so it's fun whenever you're seeing the energy of the crowd and you can feel it. But whenever
Yeah.
it's kind of like stagnant, it's like it's weird to watch. It's like if you stood and watched like Black Flag or something, or like Metallica. If you had to just like stand there, it's like
And
how are
yeah.
you like, how can you not move, and it just feels, and so that energy is a little weird. But I mean, it was just so fun doing that still, and it was just like such a great time. And yeah, like I said, they're really nice, and the fact that they asked us to do What's My Bag was like legendary, because back in high school I used to watch those videos like on their website
Wow.
pre
That's
YouTube.
crazy.
And
Oh
that's how I
yeah.
learned like a lot of, because they just had like like a little streaming thing like
On their
on the side.
website. Yeah.
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 And yeah, and that was just like the source of learning a bunch of new music that I never heard before. And like till this day, I mean, like anytime there's a new one, you gotta watch it just because it's like, what are these people's picks? Even like people I'm not even a fan of, like they do always have like really interesting takes on stuff.
Yeah. Some of them you're like, yeah. I can see that guy buying that record. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Like
Yeah,
he's
Big
definitely gonna get one of
Shock.
those.
Yeah, I was like, uh, I haven't clicked on it, but there's one of Soccer Mommy, and like the thumbnail like shows like a couple scenes, but she's holding like a Grimes record. I'm like, I'm not gonna click on this one. Like,
Yeah, that's right on par for what I thought it would be. All right, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
I can
I'm
skip this
good
one.
on that. Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I never caught a show there. Um, but it always seemed, I mean, I saw
It's
the
weird. I mean, it's weird.
yeah,
I don't know if you ever want to. I mean, it's like, I think if there's like a legendary person, like if there's like a Paul McCartney or I don't know, someone like that, then it's like that might be a good environment to see them in. But because like if they're like a stadium person, they're playing in like what is like a huge place, but is technically like a small room, for them, it's like that's worth it.
Yeah, a more intimate space, especially for somebody like
Yeah,
that, or Elton John, or
yeah, exactly.
etc. Uh, are you? Let me ask you this: are you more just overall Stones guy or Beatles guy?
Uh, I mean, I think
I mean,
definitely.
you could always change your answer. I just want to know as of right now, as we sit, 12:57. What are you
It's
leaning towards?
I pick post Beatles over Beatles, but I pick Stones over Beatles. But that's like not saying much because I don't really even like the like I like a couple songs from the Rolling Stones. Like I think they have like I don't know 12 good songs out of like their whole career. Like I think the Kinks are better. Like
Kinks are
they just have
amazing.
yeah
Kinks,
they just
underrated band. I mean, like everybody knows about him,
yeah
but yeah,
or
definitely
or
some great
beach
ones.
but I think Beach Boys over everyone, like that because they're around the same
Interesting.
time and like
Yeah.
Smiley Smile and Flowers and or maybe it's not called Flowers. Wild Honey. Oh wait, I think it's called Sunflower. But Wild Honey is great. I mean like they just have and Pet Sounds like those are just the reason why like Beatles did Sergeant Pepper was because of Pet Sounds,
Right.
like
Right. Yeah.
so it's weird like saying Stones or Beatles whenever it's like Beach Boys were there too, or the Kinks were there, like who like I don't know.
I know. I know. I'm
It's
just for the general public. That's always the general
what about
question.
you though? You Stones?
Stones. Yeah.
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 I mean I love Get Off My Cloud. I think that song rules
Stones good.
and
Yeah.
Goodbye Horses is incredible.
Hmm. Of course.
But
Kind of a bit overplayed though. One of those overplayed songs. I
which
feel
one?
like.
Goodbye Horses?
Um.
Or not
Uh,
Goodbye. I don't know why I'm calling it Goodbye Horses. Wild Horses.
no. Goodbye Horses. Needs to
I
make
love that
another
song.
resurgence. Lazarus. If I'm saying
Yeah,
that right,
Q
Lazarus.
Lazarus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're amazing. They're great. Do you ever hear those demos?
No, I
Oh,
really don't know much about him except
just
that one song.
you should look up the demo for that. They're on YouTube and I think they might even be on Spotify, but they released like a couple of their demos and they just rule cuz they're like just really really good like bedroom like lo-fi stuff. Like it's crazy, cuz
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're rad.
Awesome. All right, back to you. All right, are you ready?
And
Are
we're
we get?
back.
Are you all right? Hip hop heads. Listen. What was the music scene in Nevada like when you were living there when you were young?
Well, Vegas is like non-existent.
Never heard of it.
Las Vegas.
Nope. Doesn't ring a
Yeah,
bell.
it's bad. They the thing is that we would there'd be bands that would play, but you couldn't get in, because it was like it's a very adult place. Everything is bars. Everything's 20 and plus. If there is any sort of like all ages thing, it would get shut down pretty fast before you could even know or find out about it. I didn't go to house shows. I was sober up until I was 18, so I mean, like, I wasn't like randomly going to parties and stuff, and there's gonna be like a band playing. But we have to go see a big indie rock band and buy tickets 5 months in advance to go see someone. So it wasn't like a show every weekend or whatever. It was like, oh, this band's playing 5 months from now. Like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to go see him. But I was like
Limp
less.
Bizkit's coming to town, and I'm gonna see him.
Well, and here's the thing is that like when we did go to like all ages shows, it was a ska. So because ska was huge and it was fun. So so like basically most of my high school was just going to ska shows. Uh I saw Less Than Jake 3 or 4 times and Real Big Fish, and I think that's too many times. And I think I watched him at Beach Goth too. I think I watched Real Big Fish at Beach Goth on the side stage, which
They
I
did play that,
did
didn't they?
play.
I did not
And
see that
uh,
one. I will tell you that. I was not I was not at that stage
I was like,
for
we were
that.
there, and we're just like, here we go again. Like it was just nuts. But
But you
yeah, it's
kind of
like,
have to if you've seen them before like that many times. You're kind of like, like, are they still doing the same?
well, yeah, it's like
What's
here we
that
are playing
list?
like a festival with this band that like we grew up with, and like, it's funny because I can't even remember like those moments. But I saw Animal Collective, I saw No Age open up for the Yeah Yeahs, and that was like a really fun show. And Dan Deacon opening up for Girl Talk, which was insane. And I feel like I'm forgetting like, oh, but here's the thing is that me and Radigan went to a Vegas festival called Vegas and got to see Iggy Pop and the Stooges, Rage Against the Machine, Daft Punk.
Was it
This is
sorry, go ahead.
2007.
You're kind of
I was
cutting
saying
out
this.
there, but we're back.
Am I am I here now? Am I
You're
good?
you're you're here. You're on. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. Yeah, but it was back in 2007 though. Yeah, it was just like that was like kind of like the craziest thing, just because we weren't seeing anyone, and then it was just all those legendary bands and people, just like, you know, that I got to see when I was 13 or 14.
And less
Because
than Jake as well.
and listen, Jay, yeah, too many times. That band sucks. But that's all you can do. But when I moved to Reno, though, it was like heaven on earth, because um, I I didn't really know about the music scene, but there's this there's this night where they were doing this. Nick was living in the dorms of the college, and there was a band that was playing there, and so it was like our first show in Reno, and they weren't that great, but there's this guy handing out flyers, and he hands me a flyer, and it says the Babies, and I grabbed this guy, and I was like, I literally just got this 7-inch in the mail today. I keep flipping it over. You're booking this band.
Are you
And he
talking
was like,
about Kevin Morby's the Babies? Yes, Kevin Morby,
Kevin Morby's
Justin
the board.
Sullivan,
Yeah.
Brian.
Cassie Ramone.
Yeah, Brian. I've blanking on his last name, but yeah,
Wow. Yeah. You
great.
know those guys.
Well, I'll tell you why, because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of theirs as well. And
Oh, yeah.
I want to say that the first time I saw their thing, it was on Nick's shirt, his baby shirt. I was like, "What's that?"
He really repped them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
did.
wore that shirt constantly, and like, I mean, you see that in photos, and like she made like Cassie Ramone made those shirts, so like they're just so appealing, and they're just like, who is this band?
Yeah,
And
Our House on the Hill, great. I mean,
love.
great album. Great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, that album rules, and everything that Cassie and especially like Kevin Morby does, it's great. Like Kevin's new album is beautiful. Like it's so
Yeah, of
wonderful.
course. I mean, I wouldn't expect less from him. I mean, he's
I'm
great. I mean, Harlem River
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Totally fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it locked down, and he's such like a good person. Like we've because I met him when I was like 18 and was just such a fan, because they used to come through. Yeah, like I mean, they used to come through Reno like 3 or 4 times, and like the shows would always be stellar. And when we first started, we got to open up for them, which was cool.
Wow, where was that at? Where did you open up for him at?
At the Holland Project in Reno.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Very nice so that he would use, I mean, local talent just to open it up. I mean, that's really cool. You
oh
know?
yeah, there wasn't that many. Me and Nick actually really started the band because we saw we weren't seeing any good opening local bands. Like we were not fans of. There was one band that we loved, which was Spitting Image, who are just really great homies of ours for years and years, and they are one of my favorite bands still to this day. Uh, they were the only ones, but we went to the Smell, saw a bunch of bands there, came back. We were like, we're gonna start a band now, and like started, existing, and people just wanted to keep putting us on for shows, and we say yes to every show.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. And that's one of my questions. Did you guys really drive and fly and get over to LA all the time to just go play the Smell?
Dude, yeah,
Tell me about the
I've
first
done
time you did it, please. Like,
first time we
break
played the
this
Smell.
down. Yeah.
This I that was such a good time because we had this guy set up just all these shows for us, but then we like got our friend Ari, who I miss so much. I haven't talked to her in years and years, but she filmed like we asked her to film a bunch of stuff for us because she was like, I have a camera. If you guys are coming down, like let me document everything. So we would just like we played at KXLU. We played at the Burger Records store. We played at the Smell, and then we played at Pearspace. Um, and
Pearspace. Where is that?
Pearspace is
Pearspace.
very close to Echo Park, and it was a really cool like art space and DIY venue that is now I think a coffee shop or something like that. It's they took it down and tore it down, and it hasn't reopened yet. But it was a great spot. But we it was just like a couple nights of just playing these shows and like hanging out with these really amazing like LA people and like staying at their houses, and it was such a wonderful time. But yeah, because but the first time that we played the Smell, we played in the front room. What is the front? Technically the front room,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was filled though. It was
Wow.
completely filled, and I think we were like the first or second band up, and and everyone had a good time, and people really loved it. And it's funny because I sang the lyrics to Goth Babe. There's a video of me singing Goth Babe but I was just making up shit on the spot. Like it's just totally off the head, you know. And then Nick
Wait,
wrote lyrics
why
for it.
was there not lyrics to it yet, or were you?
There wasn't lyrics, and I was the one that was singing it. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, no, no, I understand that. I was just like,
well, yeah.
yeah, it's so odd. Yeah, I mean, think about it now, like the way it sound. I mean, but it was just off the top of your head. You just started
Yeah, it was just
playing it.
all yeah, and I was just like, well, yeah, just lyrically was just off the top of my dome. And I think we were I can't remember if we were talking about scrapping that song, but Nick was like, we need to keep it. And I was like, okay, but you write the lyrics for it, you know? And like it's haunted Nick ever since.
Did he? Yeah, I mean that is a very. I mean, would you say that's
The
the most
lyrics that
popular song?
it's I think Freaks and Disco are probably our most popular, but then Goth Babe is like that's like the most requested song when we play live. Everyone always wants to hear it, and we never want to play it because it's like I think Nick is just embarrassed by the lyrics. Like it's fun
And
to
you're gonna play it right now, right? Because
and
we did talk about this before.
yeah.
That you were gonna play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out the guitar right now and we'll
I
have a
mean, you got
go.
1,000 of them on the wall.
I know.
Get out the synth. I don't care. Just
Oh
some
yeah,
rendition.
I'll do a synth version of that.
But I want to hear the original lyrics that you sang at the Smell off the top of your head
Oh,
way
I
back then.
can't. Yeah, I could probably look up the video and maybe hear what I was saying. But Jesus, man, it's so funny. But playing the Smell though was just such like a brilliant time. And I mean, we got to record at the Smell too. Like we recorded the the first album in the Sad Boys EP there too. So we were just like it just felt so comforting and like incredible just to like do stuff at a place that like I loved and appreciated like you know during my youth because it was something I was so obsessed with. I didn't have an all ages place to go to, and
Yeah.
here's a place that exists that is intended for you to do that and to keep you safe, and like yeah, but I don't know. I'm kind of I'm kind of I will say I'm overplaying there.
No, it sounded great. It was dramatic. It was suspenseful. I was in it. It was great. That was perfect. But
What?
just the way, just your
No.
cadence and the way that you said it,
Oh no, I
your
mean
message.
no. What I'm saying is that I'm tired of playing at that place.
Oh, I'm saying that you said it great. Your
Oh, okay.
story about it, about the way that you loved
All
it
right.
as a
All right.
kid, and now you
All right.
fucking hate it now. But whatever, it's
It's
fine.
not like it's not
No,
like
I'm kidding.
it's not like I hate it. I just can't. It's just so impossible to do that space. Like Like,
You guys played it recent on the last round out here, or one of the last rounds out here,
yeah, I
right?
think I'm pretty sure that Maddie, who played the keys for us, she threw up. Um, and then
Oh
Nick,
my gosh,
and then
why?
Nick almost, because it's so hot.
Oh,
No,
okay,
there's no
all
way,
right.
and it's like there wasn't any fans on us, and it was just so hot and crowded, and like it was just like it was just a nightmare. It's like, it's like it's always a good idea to do, because it's like, oh, they're back, the place where it all started, and like it's a real like smell show.
It saved your
But
life.
yeah, and it
You
saved my
guys
life.
wrote that.
I know, and it's like, but it's like we're all gonna die at the end of this, and like yeah,
But
and
it saved
afterwards it
you
was
up
just
until
like,
that point. That's what you're saying, though. It saved
yeah,
you to die in that place.
yeah, exactly. Done. Not done, but I mean, I don't know. It's just like that's like hell on earth, it's like doing that, because it's just like people are stepping all over your shit, and like there's always something like stupid that's happening in the crowd, where like people are like, pushing and punching each other, and like, teens just being like teen boys just being shitty and stuff, and like like you just look in the crowd and you just see like the most miserable girls, just because like dudes are just kicking them in the head, and it's like not a fun sight to
And kids
see.
bouncing off the stage,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
all the time. Yeah. Um.
Nightmare shit. There was one time, not that last time, but there was one time, because another thing too is like when people get on the stage, they feel like they can do whatever they want. There was one time though that this kid just puts his arm around me, and he's just like hitting me in my chest like as hard as he can, while I'm like trying to play a song. Like, this is like when me and Nick are a two-piece. So like if I mess up, the music's gonna go out. So I'm like trying to play the song while this guy is just like hitting my chest. And it was just like I hate this, like, because people just felt like they just had an entitlement or a freedom to just jump on that stage, and it's more than like other places that we played at. But just the fact that someone did that to me is like fucking horrible. I also had a guy like grab my dick before on stage too, and it's like that's like it's just like a no. Like, it's absolute no.
Yeah. Oh my
I
gosh.
had stopped the show because of that kind of stuff, like it's just
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Um. Yeah. But I hate to inform you that I am the promoter of the smell now.
Nope.
So this was kind of just kind of trying to get you to play there now, but it's,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint.
no, I only work for the observatory now. So yeah,
Oh, nice. Hell yeah,
yeah,
they're sick.
yeah. North Park. Let me just make that really clear.
Oh, hell yeah.
Based in Orange County, I represent North Park though. Uh, let me ask you this: the demos, was that the first thing that you guys put out? First uh piece hard
Yes.
copy.
Yes. No,
Gotcha.
that was the first thing. We made tapes, we made CDs, and just started handing them out to people and stuff, and then yeah, and then it became and then like I can't remember the order of when we actually. I think it was a big deal when we put it on Spotify and stuff, but they were out for a bit. I think we took it down for a second or something. I don't know. The thing is like I don't even think about that stuff anymore. Like, I haven't listened to Buds or Sad Boys or the demos in years, I think. I play it, I play the songs, and I think
Yeah.
if I listen to those now, I'd be like, shit, man, why didn't we go to an actual studio or something?
No, let me tell you, I picked up that tape the last time I saw you guys.
The demos one?
The demos one, the
Oh
demos
yeah.
tape. I was like, yeah, because I had this had an ex girlfriend of mine. She's like, "Oh, what do you want for a present?" I was like, "I really these demos are sick," and it was on whatever
Wow.
Discogs or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, didn't get it." Then flash forward. to that. I was like, oh, you know what? I gotta get that tape. I gotta
Yeah.
get that tape as a present for myself, you know.
Yeah.
So I finally got it.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Is it it's not the OG one, right? It's like the
it has the same artwork as the OG one, I'm assuming, with a pearl drum set, the guitar
yeah,
line,
that's not the OG, but that's one of them.
same artwork though. Yes.
That's the official one, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
The
official one. All
official
right.
one. Yeah.
Sorry, I got to repress.
No,
Nonetheless,
no, well, it is no. I mean, the OG ones are just the ones that like we would sell at shows that we made ourselves, which is so funny.
well, it's in my car right
Um,
now,
yeah.
so I mean,
I'll
how
if
funny is that?
I'll send you the OG one.
I would appreciate that.
If I find it, I'll send it to you.
If you find one, please
Yeah, yeah.
send it my way. I'll get rid of the remaster, the anniversary edition.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I guess the anniversary edition, right?
So you
Yeah,
guys released that 2013, right? Or
think so.
2012? No,
Yeah,
2013 is what
something.
is what my information says is 2013. Also, Buds and Sad Boys also put out 2013. Does that sound right to
Yeah,
you?
I think we did those the same year. Yeah.
That's crazy. And then Nothing Yet came out what 2017. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What
Whenever
what
I was living here. Yeah.
yeah, why what was with the break there?
Just life. That's the thing is, um, what's been so great about Surf Curse was, it was a band that we loved to do, but we had other things to focus on or do. Like Nick moved to New York, um, and then was I used to live in Vegas, and then I moved back to Reno. Like I moved back to Vegas, and then I moved back to Reno again. So I was working as a dishwasher, trying to make ends meet,
Yeah,
and then yeah, Nick was in New York, and then we would get offers to play, and then he would fly, and I would fly or take a bus 16 hours to, because he had to do all these stops,
that's
from Reno to LA. And then when we play these shows and then
oh
go back.
oh I know. I took the bus over to well, I guess it was technically from I was out in Sparks, took the bus up to took the bus up to San Francisco. I believe it was the bus up to San Francisco, then was there for like 2 hours, and I had to get all the way back here so I get it. I love it.
You've done
Megabus.
it. Yeah.
Megabus, great. I love them. It's so good. I didn't get murdered on one, which is
Yeah.
good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that's what's crazy is like some of this can be a little sketchy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Greyhound is a wild one.
That's crazy
But
because that's the one that my great aunt takes, and I don't know why she takes that one, but she's Greyhound, and
it's
she's
cheaper.
Greyhound all the way.
It's
Aunt
cheaper.
Joni, love you.
Shout out to Joni.
Shout out to Aunt Joni, love her. I got to help her out with her registration. It's coming up. Gotta redo it. So
Word.
yeah, yeah.
But
Word up to Aunt Joni.
word up to Aunt Joni. But yeah, it was crazy because we would just like randomly be doing stuff like that. And it would be nuts because we'd play like a big show and just be in a room full of people, and like, it would feel like, oh, this is crazy, and then I go back and like work my dishwashing job,
Yeah.
and like it's like, oh, here's this crazy little thing that I'm doing on the side, and like now my real job is being a dishwasher at like an old person's home. So it was just so
That's some
fucking
Descendants
bizarre.
stuff right there. I mean, that's like what Milo did. He's like a
Oh, really?
biochemist. Yeah, he's like a biochemist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um, like that's his like profession, and then he'll go and like play with the Descendants, and then he'll come back, and then it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, back to
I mean,
business.
because I mean, like, but that's what's great about, like, if your band is like your focus, then it just becomes like, and what, especially like in these last couple of years, it's like it becomes like a product or something, like, or like you're always just trying to sell it. But back then it was just like, oh, it's an excuse for me and Nick to like get together again and like hang out and like play these shows, and then it's like, all right, see you later. We catch up, we hug, and then you know we, and then we dip. and then we get offered we work a couple weeks and then come back and do it all over
And you
again.
do Viva Pomona, and
And
then
yeah, like Viva Pomona and stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
um,
which is fun.
is it true that Nick flew in uh flew back from New York for some record release show, just for one show like that?
I think so. Something for Current Joys?
No, for Surf Curse.
For Surf Course, New York. Um I don't I don't know.
All right, all right, that's
No, I
fine.
don't know.
Then we'll never know. That's it. That's just the people won't know, and that's fine. Leave
Flew
it a
to
mystery.
from LA to New York or
No,
from
from New York to
New York to
LA.
LA? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's probably true then.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That was probably for Sad Boys, I think. I think he flew in from New York and then I went from Vegas. I took a bus from Vegas to there.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
We were just
crazy.
yeah,
No, that's crazy. You took a bus. That's more insane. That's more insane.
I mean, it's weird
That's
because it was nice because it just gave me such like a patience, with
Mhm.
when having to travel like 8 hours, 16 hours, like I could do it, like no
what's the
problem.
yeah? What's the
Uh,
furthest you ever went on a bus? Like from where to where? Like how many miles?
um, well, I did when I got asked to do a Casino Hearts reunion show for Minty Boy for like a Valentine's Day show. He was like, I really want Casino Hearts to play, and I was like, dude, you got it. So I had to like do these practices with my old bandmates. 21 hours
To go where? Like
back
where?
from to Reno. So I left on a bus in Burbank and then had to like ride a train. And the train was I've never been on like a train like that before, and it was awesome and I loved it. And then I had to take like a bus to Sacramento, and then they had a few stops, and then I think I yeah, and then I think I like left at 8. Maybe it wasn't 21. It was like it was something crazy like that though, like 16, 17 hours
Oh
just
my
doing it.
gosh.
Just doing yeah, and it was like the first half was like fine, and then it just got miserable like after a while. And I was like, I can't do this. And then practice for 2 days, loaded up the car, practiced one day, played a show the next night in Reno, left the next morning for the Valentine's Day show, got there at like 5 o'clock, and then we had to like scramble to like get a bunch of drum stuff from like two different places in Los Angeles. So it was just like this huge nightmare of like, you know, uh having to like scramble around and like grab stuff. And then played the show, and then my boys drove back the next day, 8 hours. So it was just like this nutty, but like incredibly fun time
Oh my
altogether.
gosh. Well, Jonathan Richman said it the best. You're crazy for taking the bus.
Oh yeah, well that guy's a wild one too. I love that guy.
Yeah. He's
You
he's he's amazing. He mentioned Reno in that and Anaheim.
he plays in Reno every year.
Really?
Yeah, it's like because I think he has like friends or something, but uh I was a little there's a time in my life where I was a little mad at Jonathan Richman because I was like I need music to cheer me up, so I would like put on his music and I was like, this is bullshit. Like no one can be this happy and like this optimistic, and it was like making me real mad. And I was visiting Reno and my friends were all at the Jonathan Richman show, and I was like, I didn't want to buy a ticket. And I was like, I'll just hang out with you guys afterwards, but I'll meet you guys at the show. So I get there, and there's like an alleyway where the entrance is. Like there's an alleyway entrance to the left,
I'm following you. Yeah.
and the door, and no one's in the alleyway, and the door opens and the room is just full. Like you just see all these people, and I look in, and then Jonathan Richman is like singing a song, and he sees that the door is open, and he just looks me dead in the eyes, and he's singing to me, I'm just standing out there, and he's just singing to me and serenading me, and then the door closes, and I was like, I love Jonathan Richman.
That's great. That's such a
Because
great story.
he's someone that just like he targets people in the audience, like whenever you see him, and he just looks at you and he's like, I'm like, he's making contact with like every single person, you know. And the fact that like here was a new energy from outside of the door and he sees me, I'm like, that's like a heaven moment, you know, like a
He's
God moment.
welcoming you. He's like, come,
Yeah,
come on in.
it's a warm
Yeah.
embrace. I would have drank the Kool-Aid, man. The Jonathan Richman Kool-Aid.
um, I did not like him the first time I saw him. I,
That's fine.
yeah, I went. It was a Valentine's Day show. He was opening. Oh, he's opening up for the Growlers. At the famed observatory, not North Park, the shittier one. And he what he like he got up there. Of course, it's him and Tommy Larkins on
Mm-hmm.
drums, classic duo. That wasn't appreciating at the time because he was like, "Hey, turn off the air conditioning." Like, you understand how hot it gets in. The smell is horrific.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in the main room of the observatory, it's like packed full of kids. And I was
Why?
like, why would you turn off the air conditioning? Now I realize that that's like a thing that he does. He wants to get like the ambiance.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he
feel like
wants to,
I've heard that before, that he turns
yeah.
off the air
Well,
conditioning.
he did. I was like, man,
Fuck.
fuck this guy for
Yeah.
doing this. There's so many kids. And then I was like, whatever, his songs or whatever. Then the next day, I was I was here, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like that song. I'm gonna check him out. And I delved deeper into it, and my buddy Ian that I was with there, I met up with the next day. I said, hey, you know that guy Jonathan Richard? He's like, yeah. I was like, he's pretty good. He's like, yeah, I know. I checked him out the same night. So yeah, and now I love him, and I saw him. I saw him again, also opening up for the Growlers, but he only played 2 songs, which bummed me out. And it
Yeah.
was outside, so there was no turn off the air conditioning. It was outside, but yeah. Now I got a respect for him, and
That's awesome.
I love it. Yeah, Modern
Yeah.
Lovers, of course, as well.
Yeah. Love Modern Lovers. Yeah,
Love
it's a
them.
weird, it was like I think everyone always has, or it just seems like everyone has a flip-flop feeling about him, which is great. I don't know.
And it's not a
I think
summer feeling
that's
either
one thing.
until
Oh.
that's it. It's
There
not
we
deep
go.
cut, but it was a good reference. It was a
That was
good
a
time to
great reference.
put that in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, proud of you for that one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to do the I try to get it in there when I can, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, jokes to.
Yeah, on this four titled podcast, you got to be quick on your toes
Oh
on the
yeah.
callbacks, on the
Yeah.
CBs.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the Jonathan Richman
Oh, that's 5. That's 5 now. Oh
Modern
my
Lovers
gosh.
talk, baby.
I would listen to that. I would. That would be a great one, I think. All right, let me ask you another question about yourself. And we're not going to get off topic this
Shoot,
time.
baby.
Yeah. All right. In terms of the audience coming to shows, was it a gradual, like, oh, more and more people are showing up, or was it just like an immediate, like, oh shit, there's a lot of kids out there?
Um there was yeah, it's weird because it's like I always think I think the proudest thing I could ever say about Surf Curse is that it's always been like the most organic feeling, you know, where it was like we just wanted to like play shows and like people can dance and have fun, you know? And like and I think because of everything kind of falling into place more and more, like people just kind of got it and like saw it and they were like, "Oh, this is something that's like different and interesting." And like the more times that we played in LA, yeah, like the shows just got like bigger and bigger, and I think it was due to like, you know, word of mouth and just the internet, like just and like people being like, "Yeah, you guys should check this out. This is like this band and like this band, you know?" And like yeah, and it just kind of all fell into place, which is really cool. Like it's always just been something that's like like fun, and it felt natural, and like we never had like that mindset of like we're gonna like have like a record deal, or we're gonna like do all these like big things. Like it was always like we're gonna play the show and we're gonna go hang out with our friends after, like these people that we like have been hanging out with and playing shows with in LA. And like that's like why we did it, was just for people to have a good time, and then we hang out afterwards. And like I don't know. Like it just all started happening very, very naturally.
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It's well deserved that these kids got good music taste.
And we were also young enough to where it just appealed to younger people too. Like the things that we were writing about were like, just the teen angst that we were kind of feeling a little bit later in our lives, in our like very early like teen, like 18 to, 22. We're just, you know, young and having fun, and like writing these kind of fun romantic stupid songs that kind of just went up right up our alley.
That people fucking love. Yeah.
That people enjoy in school.
Yeah. It's great, man. I like it. It's been a big part of um my music taste. Let me just tell you that.
Which is awesome.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
it's because of you and because of the smell, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
how it is.
no, I know. I mean, like I was going to shows there all the time, but I think there was like a point where I was like I was too old. I remember the moment I think the moment I realized I was too old to go to shows, like in the sense that like I can't do these fun things anymore, was I was in the pit at the Smell, and I'm like, I think it's one of my friends' bands that were playing, and I go in and I just shove this kid, but I shoved the kid, like I shoved like, and he flew. Like I was bigger than him, like he was like a teenager, and I pushed him, and he flew, and he fell, and I was like, oh, I feel guilt. I
But it
feel like I like he's fine. He's gonna be fine because he's used to it. But me, I like there's that self awareness that like, oh, now I am an adult. Now I know this is wrong. Like I can't do this anymore. I'm too old. and that was and that's kind of been the downfall of like my time at the Smell. Like just the fun was over. And then like the older I like, and you'll probably like experience it too, where
yeah.
if you're in like the music scene a lot, like you have time, you're gonna enjoy it and you're gonna have fun. But there is like a moment, especially if like you're in music, where shows are a little bit harder to get into, I think, as far as like wanting to be there. Like you kind of go to the homie shows, and then you go see someone that like you really love and appreciate, but you're not going to shows like all the time, or like going to a show is kind of a bad idea. There's just other things that you want to do instead of going to that.
There's sometimes better things to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
which is sad, because
yeah.
it's like because in my mind I was like, I'm always gonna go to shows, I'm always gonna like dance like and like be in the pit, and then there was like this waking moment where I'm like, uh let's go to a bar. Like, or like my friend, like we have like a friend who has like a table outside of their place, let's just go fucking chill, and you know I'll ask for a cigarette, because I'm drunk and it's been 3 months, and I'm feeling like a little ciggy,
yeah.
like that's like fun to me. Or like going to do karaoke, like that's more of a better vibe. But then it's like if a homie's, if there is a homie who's playing, it's like, you go and support them. But it's not like, you're checking out local bands all the time. And
Yeah.
especially in LA, that's always just like a weird thing, because there's just so many people who are just existing wanting to play music that it's hard to like I don't know, be into it. LA's weird, man. I don't like I'm locked in for like another year.
At least another year in that beautiful apartment. Yeah.
Exactly. I signed a at least. But like I kind of want to. I mean, during that whole this whole quarantine, I've been like wanting to leave Los Angeles because I don't really like it. I like my friends here. Like
Mhm.
that's appealing, and the food here is pretty good. But like I don't know, like being in this place itself and like experiencing the industry and like knowing kind of like the underworkings of labels and music venues and like all that, like getting involved in that stuff, it's so unappealing, like back like in a comparison to like when Surf Curse first started. Like I said, it was just all natural. We didn't ask for anything. Like we just wanted to do what we wanted to do. And like if someone fucked with us, like Danger Collective, like we were like on board because they were like good people. They're good friends of ours. So we were like let's like, do it. Let's keep it in the circle. But then later down the line, whenever everything gets like a lot bigger and stuff, and there's all these offers and like working and talking with these people, it's like you're just being like tossed around, and it's like do you actually matter in the sense that they want to support you because of your artistic credibility? They like want to support it because like it really moves them, or do they just see money? Are their eyes just full of cash when they see you? Because there is nothing like that. Like the feeling that we've given to Los Angeles as far as like us being outsiders. We didn't grow up here, so the fact that like we came here from a place like Reno, which is a very beautiful place, but everyone, like it's like we do feel like underdogs,
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like being involved in this whole fucking thing is just so unappealing and frustrating and like kind of like soul crushing. So you like don't want to be like, I don't know, like I want to get out of here just because of that feeling, because it's like I'd rather be in an environment where like I am surrounded by people and I am working on music, but not for the sake of like having to worry about, I don't know, like getting on these like Spotify playlists, or like, oh, we're like, hanging out with Emma Roberts, or like, like that's a throwback, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I mean.
that's
Because it's like, like, you go anywhere, like, especially like being on tour and stuff, like you meet other people in like opening bands, or like they're like, luckily we've had people in our band like Noah Cole, who plays guitar, and Henry Dillon, who plays bass for us. uh they have friends like all over, like they're from like the Midwest, they're from the East Coast. So we would just like meet like all of these really nice and incredible people, like, and just like instantly would just hit it off like with these people and be like, we love these people, and like here's like people that love them and they love back, and like you, and it's just like the first thing that they always ask is how are you doing, and like do you just talk about like music or film or whatever, and like get to know each other. And then like here in Los Angeles, it's like, what do you do, or who do you
oh,
know? And
yeah.
like oh, like I have to always be doing, I have to be something. Oh, I work in like the film industry or whatever, or like the, oh, like, yeah, do you know this person? Oh yeah, we should like, you know what's your Instagram or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah, let's collaborate. Let's it's just
yeah, and it's like, man, I don't know, I want to like be a real human being and just talk and hang out, and like, like let's communicate with each other about our likes and our dislikes, and not about like, ourselves and what we do all the time, like as far as creative shit, because it's like, let me pick your brain, like that kind of vibe. It's like, man, no. Like, dog, get out of my face with that shit,
Get out of here with that. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
man.
weird.
You really
I'm
make
sure
me
you've
want to
seen
move
it.
there. Yeah. No. 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 No.
Yeah, yeah.
No. I've. I mean, only a little. Only a little bit.
I mean, it's fun, and if you have like, if you're hanging out with like the right people and stuff, and you're doing things that you want to do, then that's great. But like as far as like, being a part of like this whole Hollywood shit and like the music industry stuff is just like it's bothersome. It's like it's just not like it's not reality. It's like its own little bubble that like it sucks to even have to be a part of in the first place, you know? Like I'm sick of it. Sick of all the industry stuff. I just want to like all I want to do is get back to like how I felt where I'm just making music and like doing things on my own and like working with people that I love and that's it and like making it work for myself. That's all I want to do. I want to play shows again whenever it happens. I want to watch movies with my friends. That's all I want. As far as like having to like keep navigating in like a successful realm, it's like it doesn't matter, like it would feel great to make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and like be a rock star, but it's like what the fuck do you get out of that, then you just get lost in that and you're not even a human being anymore. A you're just like another fucking you know person who just gets coffee and you know just keeps making money just sitting on your fucking ass or whatever, or like having other people like take advantage of you, dealing with all the stuff that you have to that you don't want to deal with. It's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'll be moving out there soon.
Yeah, yeah, come on down.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
Take my old
join.
spot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take that place. I'm gonna join in this. I'm gonna become another notch in the gear. Make
Yeah,
a.
dude, just become like a little industry plant, be like a little Claro.
She is a big fan of this show though, so we're gonna have to cut that out.
Whoops.
Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. That's she sponsors it. She's bankrolling this whole thing. Where do you think I got this mic from? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the mic that Claro used.
This is fucking Claro's mic, dude.
That's the mic that she used to sing what's it called? Shy Girl or whatever, that first song she made.
Yeah. I mean,
Is it called Shy Girl? I don't know.
I mean, if I was a professional podcast, I'd have somebody looking that up right now, but no. That's not how I do it.
No.
I'm just
No,
I'm
we
trying
don't look up things. We go off the dome of our own knowledge and information,
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
need our phones. We don't need I have Google open right now. I'm not going to use that.
Yeah, it's right.
We're using what's in here,
And we're being anyways, so it's perfect. Did you get my link that I sent you through my Hotmail account? We're taking it back, okay?
Hotmail?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a Hotmail account.
Did you actually send me something?
No,
Or did
no,
you?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
that's what I
That's
thought.
it was a
Alright.
bit. It was a nice bit, and you yes-anded me there, and I couldn't help it.
As it goes.
Let's talk about Gap Girls real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. All right, solo project,
Yes. Solo project.
performing alone,
Yeah.
just the computer. How does that?
Yeah.
What is the difference? Like, do you feel a difference? Like, I'm not even playing with anybody else. It's just me and my MacBook. Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs' kids are looking at it. They got the camera on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, please go ahead. No, you sound like you had something really funny to say. I want to hear it.
No, I was just gonna talk.
Even better.
Well, like the thing about Surf Curse is like it's music that is translated to like a live situation, and Casino Hearts, that's just like a friendship thing and just wanting to like write specifically in mind as like a dream pop like shoegaze thing with friends, it's just like just writing catchy stuff. And Gap Girls, it's just like the power and like that feeling of being vulnerable to a crowd of people, and just you just being yourself, and you're singing your songs and you're using your voice to like emotionally be there for the music and for the people in the audience. It's like really connecting with them. There's like a very great feeling that I get whenever I do it, where it's like I feel brave whenever I do it. Like I feel like I'm in my zone, and I feel like I'm getting lost in the songs that I wrote, because they're very important to me. So I like because I walk around, I like write, I like walk around with the backing tracks like in my headphones, and I walk around and I write the lyrics, and then I memorize the lyrics by singing in the streets.
That's
So I'll be
that's interesting. That's a really
so
interesting way of doing that.
yeah. So I walk on sidewalks. I go to Echo Park. I walk there, and I'm just singing these songs out loud, trying to like memorize them. And then whenever I perform, it's like yeah, it's just like this cathartic feeling where I'm like, oh fuck, man, like I'm laying it all on the line here, and I'm hoping that I can bring something special. Just me all by my lonesome. It's like I mean, I love it. I love the project so much because I get to fuck around with synths, which I love to do. I've been listening to like a lot of composer stuff and Japanese music, where it's really it's like I want to replicate stuff that is close to those heroes of mine, and then I challenge myself because I'm not good at playing keyboards, but like when I want to really make something, I'm able to force myself into doing it. So there's a lot of pride in it, and like this new Gap Girls record that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to finish soon, is like I'm trying to make it all bangers, just like all songs that are catchy that are gonna get stuck in your head,
Per
and how
usual.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's the same thing with like how why I don't like solos. It's like I want to be direct, in like just making things that are just going to be catchy that get stuck in your head, melodies, guitar parts, like synth. Well, for this synth parts where like that little melody that's playing in the background is going to be stuck in your head, or like whatever I'm singing, like. And it's funny because I'll have friends who like they'll be hanging out with me or something, and I'll show them a song, and then afterwards they're like singing the song, and I'm like, that's what I want. I
Bingo.
want you to be excited, or like I want it to be stuck in your head, because the hooks are what draw people in, and it's like I don't know. I'm like that's what excites me. If it doesn't do that, then I don't. Then it's dead. It's dead in the tracks. Like I don't. I'll dump it. I uh, let's. I like to say I'm like kind of prolific in the sense that I've probably written like hundreds of songs, but none of them will come. Like a lot of them won't come out just because I don't think that they're strong enough, to like unless I'm obsessed with it, then it stays, But
Which
there's
is
just
good. That's a good way of weeding it out. It's like that's good because
yeah,
I mean it keeps on rearing its head at me, and that's how you know.
right. And it's like I want and with this next album, I just want it to be like all like it just flows well, and you're just like getting lost in the music, and you're just like, oh, that was great, oh, that was great too, oh, it just keeps going, and if it doesn't feel that way, then it's like I scrap it and like have to make a new one that's gonna fit in with the narrative of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's awesome though. Street Desires, also great.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I did that with my buddy Nick Nonaman. He mixed it and produced it, and yeah, I'm proud of those songs. The new stuff is gonna be like off the wall crazy, just like a lot of fun shit. Just
Echo
like
Park on acid.
yeah, oh yeah, I do. I have another acid song called Deadhead, so that's gonna be exciting.
Real quick, where did like, I'm assuming you came up with this title, Beach Whatever. What was that? What was the inspiration for that?
Um,
If you can recall. I mean, I know you don't listen to them anymore, but
what was the inspiration for that?
yeah, like where did
That's
that song come from specifically?
uh, I don't know. Just I mean, romanticizing. Like all those early Surf Curse songs were just like romanticizing. Just events and experiences, um, and like wanting, you know, to love somebody or whatever.
Want
I
somebody to love you.
think I
It's
was.
all circumstantial.
I think I was. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like
It
that.
sounded like you had a story there, but I'm not gonna pry on it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because like the thing is especially if I haven't like, you know, I've just written so many songs, and like that's kind of like on the, it's like the last song that's on my mind, because I've, we don't ever play it live anymore, and it's like something I'm kind of glad that we don't really play, just because it doesn't fit with the set. There's more exciting songs. Like it's like, I don't know, like there's that shut up and play the hits kind of mentality where it's like, oh yeah, all the new stuff like sucks, and that is like the worst thing to have, where it's like you don't want to fall off from, what was making it great or good in the first place, but you also like don't want to stay in the same realm as that, because you want to always improve as an artist.
You gotta change. You gotta keep things fresh, new. You
Right,
gotta go
like
in direction you want to. Yeah, yeah, but
familiar, but in, it's just like this is the older version of that. This is like we talk about the Goth Babe song. It's like yeah, we like Nick wrote that when he was like 19. Like it's a fun song, but it doesn't work when you're 28. Singing candle wax on my nips while we listen to Robert Smith. That's weird to sing when you're 28. And as you get older, you want to, like that's kind of like the appeal of like why Surfers stuff is so fun to write, is like, how the fuck do we keep making people move? How do we keep doing it without having to be in like the surf realm, which we were so obsessed with for like a year, and then regret it.
you're locked into it. It's there's no getting away from it now.
I mean, the
Okay.
fact, it's like 20, like we're 28, and it's just like, man, our band's called fucking Surf Curse. Like we've been like this name itself is like, such like a Waves, rip off, like all that, beach shit that was coming out, Fiddler, like all that shit that was coming out, and it's like, oh, we're stuck with the name, and it's fine.
It's a good name. It's a good
It's
name, and
it's
it means
like,
a lot to
it
people.
works. It works.
It
Like
works well, I would say. I would even go
it
as far to say
it
it
worked.
works well.
It worked. Has been great. But it's like it's fun. Like I don't know. It's just such like a funny thing, because it's like everyone always associates us with just like the surf rock thing still, and it's like, I don't know. We're not even like that anymore. Like we
Have
don't
you
even.
fucking listened to Midnight Cowboy?
It's not a surf rock song, but it's its own
No,
breed.
I'm saying you're saying that to them. Like, check out the new shit,
Oh yeah,
buddy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a great one. That was
That's what I mean.
obviously written about written about Taxi Driver. Yes, based off
Taxi
of
driver.
Taxi Driver. Yeah, Midnight Cowboy. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool. Thank you.
Actually, the last temptation of Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's fine. I thought it was Da Vinci Code, but you know, sneaky,
No,
sneaky
angels and
third option.
demons.
What was that Nicolas Cage movie? No, it's leaving Las Vegas. That's
Ooh,
that's got to be
ooh.
a song.
Yeah, I'll be on the next. It'll be the next Surf Curse record. Actually, it'll be the album
Yeah.
name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another funny thing too is also the naming of movie titles for this stuff. We were like, I think like the newest one. I was like, maybe we should like get away from this. And then it just Midnight Cowboy again, and
We could talk about
an
Heather's
hour.
too.
Heather's Hour of the Wolf. Because it's like now it's become such a thing where everyone is like now every like indie rock song is now like a movie title in some way or another, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if we were a part of it, or if we started it, but it's really just such a fucking vibe now. There's like a guy named Johnny Utah now, like
Utah.
yeah, which is Point Break.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Point Break. I mentioned it with Shannon Shaw, and I'll mention it again. Me and my brother, we were at a Goodwill with my grandmother. We were maybe, I want to say maybe 10 and 12 or 11 and 13.
Uh-huh.
and there was a VHS, and it was Point Break, and we said, "Hey, Nana, we got to get this. You're gonna love it. It's a great movie." She likes it now, so we'll watch it with her.
Really?
It's amazing. She went as far as to go see the new one. She said she didn't like it. She said, and I agree with her. It's horrible. I love the first one.
Dude, I forgot that was even a fucking. They remade it.
They did. Don't give it a watch. Watch the old one.
I don't. There's not that many good. No remake is really that great. I think the best remake that I saw was the new Suspiria.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't check it out. I'm not that
It's
much
crazy.
of a film buff, but let me tell you what I did watch recently, and I think that we can get online with this. My Dinner with Andre. I watched that recently. I had a thing. I had a film class and film TV class. And you there? You there? Are you there?
I'm listening. Sorry,
Okay. I thought you froze out for a second.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sending a text. Just
no,
really
please
fast.
send your text. Anyways, watched it. And it was good. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, please, sir.
Dude, I love My Dinner with Andre. That's a good ass movie. Wallace Shawn and what's his name? The other guy in it. They're just so. The other guy, yeah. I want to remember his name because he's actually great. Like he is just such like. I mean, the conversations that they have in that movie are like, just so wonderful. Like they're just so like there's some stuff in it that relate to even stuff today. You know, with politics, which is like so wild.
Please send that text, please.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the right word to say. No, fretless. Okay. Yeah, so
fretless space.
My buddy Jackson, he's been working on the new Gap Girls stuff with me. He's we're scheduled to get together and work on some music.
But and it's gonna be called Leaving Las Vegas, or are you gonna say that for the new Surf Curse?
Either way. Yeah, this one's gonna be called Point Break the remake.
Yeah, it should be Point Blake, or just do a Point Blank and just rip off Lee Marvin. Either way.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
I've been wanting to. That's actually been on my list of stuff I want to watch.
Let me tell you, I don't let me paint myself as a film guy. I've seen some films.
You have your whole life. You have your whole life to do that. And for someone who's watched film like my whole life, I regret it, man. I regret.
Why?
Dude, I just have seen. I've just seen too much, and it. Well, it's like all the times I could have like took pills and like got fucked up in my teen years. I just ended up watching a lot of. Used to get DVDs from Netflix, you know.
Oh yeah.
And that's all I did. And I'd be like, I don't want to smoke weed or drink, you know. I want to be sober and straight edge. And then like we'll just watch movies all the time, and we'll just be like, fuck, man, like why did I do that? Why couldn't I just actually live as like a teenager? Because I hear about like all my friends who like used to do all these crazy things, and I'm like, dude, I'm still watching movies, you know. I'm still nerding out about it, and it's like, what, like, it's amazing. Like watching, especially like the films I have been watching, are beautiful, and it hits the heart well, and it fills the soul up, and it's a wonderful experience. But like, I don't know, I watch like a lot of fucking Adam Sandler movies too, and those are fun in their own ways, but it's not like I'm getting anything out of it. I watched the remake of the Manchurian Candidate last night.
I did not see that.
It's with Denzel Washington, and I was like, man, this is trash. And it was 2 hours, and I watched all 2 hours of it. And I was like, man, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't waste my time doing that. You know, I was like planning on actually making music, and I chose to watch that instead. Dumb. So I mean, like, I just, you know, like, you have your whole life to watch movies, but like, start getting them. you should start getting in the mood to just be like, I heard this movie's good. I'm gonna watch that.
It's so hard to find these movies, though. It seems like it just seems
You got
like
the internet.
and fucking Criterion Collection is just.
You got it?
No, I don't have it.
Shit.
I need a password. You hook me up with the password. Yeah. No, do
I
they?
got like 3 people using mine.
No. Do they have an app though? Is real quick? Do they have an app
Yeah,
for that?
yeah.
Okay, they do. Okay. All right.
I watch on those bus rides. I watch it on my phone.
Oh, you're crazy for taking the bus.
Yeah, I know.
That's full circle. That's full circle. Ooh. Jonathan Richman, am I holding up or something? Are you?
I could talk for like probably a good 30 more minutes.
Oh my gosh! All right. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. No, that's awesome. Just so
I got like a weird. It's like weird because I'm like I shouldn't be busy during quarantine, but I just am. Like.
But that's good.
This weekend.
This weekend. All right.
This weekend I've been busy. Yeah.
Oh, this past or this coming
like
weekend.
This specific one. Like this whole week has been. I was looking for an apartment all week, and then I'm.
This is a recent find. I thought this was. Oh.
I got this place. I literally paid for this place yesterday. That's why I'm like locked in. That's why I'm excited. And that's why I'm like, I was like talking about it.
I thought you were riding a high from like days. I would say like 2. Give it a. All right.
No, it's so fresh. It's so fresh. But yeah, but then I was like setting up, like working on album art stuff with someone, and like it's Jackson Katz from Slow Hollows. He plays drums. He's Brutus the Eighth. He's coming over to work on some stuff. But yeah, I'm like, and I have to take back some DVDs to Videotech, which is a video rental store in South Pasadena. So I go with my friend Jamie. We take the train, and it's like a little cute thing we do together. We like go take the train and then go get some more movies, and we'll come back and like watch something that's not one of our movies. Watch something pretty stupid, I think, when we get back. But it's
Manchurian
nice.
Candidate, something like that.
No, man, I try to watch bad movies just by myself, unless it's like a group of people. We'll watch something crazy. But yeah, sorry.
Like a Sandler.
Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I got like for some reason, yeah, I'm like locking in a bunch of stuff. But yeah, we can keep going though.
All right, you tell me when. We'll run out the clock on this one.
Okay.
This is the I believe this is the longest one I've ever done, dude. This is great. This has been fantastic. Yeah.
Good.
You're holding it. You're holding the record. You're breaking it. Which is great.
We got a lot to talk about, I guess. I mean, since you're obviously like a fan and stuff, so I think there's just dire things you want to know, and
I know. And first of all, Manchurian Candidate. That's
oh my god,
it's number 1.
That's like I don't even want to.
I'm a fan of different things.
You should watch it for yourself, actually, and let me know how you feel. It's kind of a dud. It's kind of a dud, though. Actually, don't watch it. Watch some better.
And that was on Criterion Collection, yes. That's what it
was.
Well,
no. Well,
the original one is, of course. Yeah. Yes.
What actually happened was I was going to watch the original, and I started like watching it, and I was like drinking sake, and I was like, wait. Maybe I should just watch the remake instead. And then I ended up watching it because I saw it in theaters when I was like a kid, which is crazy because it's like a political drama. And yeah, it didn't hold up. I remember liking it as a child, and now I'm like, man, that movie fucking it's kind of a bust. Anyways, all right, moving on.
I'll get to it. I'm not gonna watch the first one. I'm just gonna watch the second one, and I'm just gonna. So objectively, that will be both the worst one I've seen and the best one I've seen. That's and I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good, but it's pretty bad at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like that thing where it's like someone's like, you don't need to watch that movie. And you just end up watching it anyways, and you're like, I didn't need to watch that movie.
Well, some of us can because we have the Criterion Collection. Some of us don't.
It's not usually Criterion is usually always worth it. It's everywhere else where you're just like, oh, should I watch like I don't know, this new Netflix thing. Everyone's always talking about whatever's on Netflix, and it's like those are always fucking duds or something,
I'm an on-demand guy myself.
Love that.
Time Warner.
Oh hell yeah.
or Spectrum,
Six
rather.
$6 a movie or something.
It's kind of insane. Yeah, I don't know. It's the whole movie. I mean, I watch movies sometimes, but listen, I want to get back to some music questions real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah.
But before I let you loose to go live your life in the Manchurian Candidate or whatever that's about, I'm assuming that relates. Listen, do you got any odd tour stories? Any ones that stick out to you, like, oh my gosh, this was the best, this was the worst, this was
Um,
all
I've been
right.
I've been telling this story a lot lately. Which I have a weird thing towards graveyards. Like people are like, "Oh, we should like go hang out at graveyard." I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that," and everyone gets mad at me for it. And I'm like, "Here's why I don't want to go to a graveyard: is that uh, there's this we got asked to play a show in Sarasota, Florida. So it's a college show, and it was insane because we flew. They paid for our flights. I missed my flight, and I had to stay overnight in a South Carolina uh, airport. Which, by the way, the airport is just full of rocking chairs.
At night, you're spending the night there.
Yes, I was
Oh.
spending the night there because I missed my flight. I got too drunk, and then I missed my flight, and then I had to wait a whole I had to fly to South Carolina from Boulder or something like that, and then got in like at 8 o'clock the next day. So I stayed up all night, and it was just crazy, and I just felt crazy, and I walked out of the airport, and if once you walk out of the airport, there's the college. So the college is right next to the airport, and it's just in walking distance. So I walk out, I meet with everyone, they just walk over, and then we are hanging out, and we're hanging out with these girls, and they're like, yeah, like, uh, let's go do stuff, let's go hang out, and like we start going around, and they're like, yeah, you want to go hang out at this graveyard? I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're hanging out with these girls, like going to a graveyard, that sounds sick. And whenever we get there, we're like they're like drinking beers and stuff, and it's like in the middle of the day too, which is like fun. I love these girls, by the way, they're great. But I look at the graveyard, like the gravestone, and it's like a it's like Sarah something, 1917 to 1920. And I was like looking at another one, and it was like, like Donald something, like 1954 to 1960. So I was like, guys, this is like a child graveyard. So we're just standing on top of all these fucking dead kids. And I was like, this is weird. And then like I was convinced everyone, like, and they were just like, oh, we never noticed that before. And I was like, this is morbid, and got out of there.
Go
But
drink
that's
beers
like,
somewhere else,
yeah,
maybe in
exactly.
the airport.
Well, it's just like, it's just such. It was like everyone's like, yeah, cool, hang out at a fucking graveyard. I'm like, this is the worst. Like that's like the worst case, graveyard scenario.
What is the best case graveyard scenario,
I
dude?
don't know. You have sex on someone's grave or something like that. Some real like goth shit. You're doing
Yeah.
blood sacrifices or something. Not hanging out. It was funny. I mean, that was just funny. Those girls. It's funny because I've kept in contact with those girls too, and like, they still live in Florida. Shout out to Marley. She's a fun one.
Finally, you're shouting somebody out, man. I've been
Yeah,
throwing these
gotta.
names at you.
I know. I like to talk about is Nick Radigan and and the homie Marley. Uh, I don't know. I mean, like during the early days, it was just funny because we would just travel so far and just end up in like just like really funny like situations. I'm trying to think like we tried going to these like we were in Europe, and we tried going to these like legendary sex clubs like Kit Kat. You ever heard of that?
No, but I mean,
Or like Bergheim. You ever heard of Bergheim?
Bergheim. No.
So it's like legend has it, well, like Nick's gotten in because like you have to like be with like a really hot girl in order to like get in, like no problem.
Sure, sex clubs. I
But
mean,
so
that's how
but
it
you
works.
but it's like you walk up and then there's a guy who will just stand there and he'll be like, "You're in," or he'll be like, "Not today," and then you can't get in. So it's just based off your appearance. So you have to like look like you're from the Matrix or something like that. You have to like wear like you have to wear like a mesh shirt. You have to wear like a leather jacket or something to get in. You have to look like, like hype beast, not like hype beast, but like, like very like fashionable, like sunglasses and like hot. Um, and but once you get in though, it's just like fucking like techno music, like everything's blasting, and then people are just like doing coke and ketamine like everywhere and like getting fucked up and like having sex. Like someone will just come up to you and just be like dance with you, and you're like, hey, you want to go over there? And then you just like, there's just rooms where you can just like have sex with someone. Like it's just crazy. But we got denied twice.
You try same night, same day.
Same fucking night, yeah. And we're just like,
Oh,
they're like, I don't know if we're gonna get in, And it was like, and I think I was the one that, because like we were just coming from a show, so we didn't have time to like change into like something better. We weren't like, wearing like the right stuff, and we just got fucking denied. So we were just like, you know, 4 5 guys just like so like so defeated and like not having like that like perfect night.
you're telling
And
me that the baby shirt didn't cut the wardrobe in
oh
there?
man, dude, it did. Like
Fucking
I think
A.
I
How
think
high are their standards?
we were like wearing like trench coats and like I don't know. We just looked like a couple of like dumb punks or like bummy. We're just bummy because we're just tired from a show. And then I think we ended up like going to another bar and getting really fucked up with one of our friends. But Radigan was so bummed because like he's gotten in like every other time, but then with us it was like I think it was just like a blow to his hot ego. He's like I've gotten in every other time, and then I have to be with like these fucking zeros.
Fuck! What the fuck am I doing wrong?
Yeah, he's like, you guys aren't dressing hot enough.
I
Uh,
said more leather. What the
yeah,
fuck?
but I mean, I don't know. The thing is like we're not. Everyone's like, yeah, like crazy tour stories, and like more recently, like we don't like when we do tours, like we hang out for maybe like a little bit, and then if we don't have like anyone to hang out with, then we drive an hour outside of that city just so we have an hour head start the next day. So we just all end up hanging out with each other, and not going to like some after party or whatever. Like sometimes it would happen, but like most of the time we're just thinking about the next day because we want the next day to be easier for us, or we want to be
Sure.
in like
Yeah.
a nice hotel room instead of like, you know, hanging out with someone till 3 in the morning for no for no real good reason, for the sake of them hanging out with us. And it's like that just gets tiresome because that's like a vibe that's always existed, like of, and we've definitely hosted bands, but it's like, there's a traveling band, they need somewhere to stay, they stay at someone's house, and then the band wants to sleep, but then the hosts, they want to, they want to stay up with you and like
Let's
hang
fucking
out
hang
with you and
out.
talk to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, yeah, you want another beer and stuff, and it's just like we have to fucking drive like 8 hours tomorrow, man. No, but you got to be nice, so you
I'll take
say
it to
yes.
go.
Yeah, and like it's been a while since we've had that feeling, but whenever we lived in a house in Reno, all the bands always stayed at our house. Um, so we kind of knew, we already knew that vibe. So like we'd kind of be like the best case scenario where it's like, hey, like whenever time you guys want to go to bed, like, and if you guys want to hang out, that's fine, but like, do whatever you want. And so I think people like love and respect that kind of vibe, which is, I think, perfect. But yeah, the whole fucking hanging out afterwards thing is like, sometimes it works and sometimes you have like a really good time, and sometimes it's just like totally crazy. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't, like, I mean, touring is just fun. There's like these like romantic escapades that you have like with someone that, no, I don't really like. It's kind of like a prior thing or something, because I don't really like the whole. For me, at least, it's like I don't like being with anyone or like being like involved with anyone who's like at the show. I like to hang out with someone that is not aware of like my music, because that's just like because like honest, like all of our fans are like really young, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like don't want to be anywhere near these like people or like whatever, you know. Like we always play all ages shows, like we always do that, and it's like okay, well we'll go to a bar and then like with some people and then like just hang out and it's fun, you know, and then like maybe I'll like we'll run into someone or something and like just have like a fun night, and it's like beautiful and sweet, and it's like if you're either hanging out with friends, you meet someone really interesting and like hang out with them all night, you know, and it's like that's honestly the best thing about touring is the connection that you make with people, like just like friends, or like you're kissing someone and it's just like wow, like this is like this person exists here, and like they have these lives and are happy, like we found each other in this like one moment, and like it's like wonderful. Or like hey, like me, like uh Noah, who plays guitar for us, like he like I like met him just through Nick living in New York, and would get to know him every time I was in New York because that's where he was living, and we just became like, you know, such good friends and always kept in contact with each other, you know. And it's like a lot. I have like a lot of people like that, just a lot of friends, you know, who are like, oh, I can't wait to get to this city because this homie's here, and like I'll I'll wait. I'll like take it easy the couple of these nights and then hang out with them, like, you know, or get ready to like hang out with them or whatever. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, and we're not, and that's the thing is like we're not like too crazy. We're doing, you know, all these like fucked up things, and like yeah, we're doing a bunch of fucking drugs and like getting wasted all the time. Like I think Radigan hasn't drank in a year and a half. Not because it was like a problem or anything. It's just because like he just didn't want to do it.
Because he's turning straight edge, and you went the other direction.
Oh
You did it
yeah,
when you were younger.
I'm full blown alcoholic now.
Yeah, that's it. Crazy, off the rails.
Yeah, I'm drunk right now.
Can't even get into the sex club because I'm fucked up already.
No
I'm
man,
already
because
having sex outside.
it's already just so lame. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like that's the stuff that you remember the most, though, is like, you know, having like these really good conversations with people, and and like, you know, playing just really great shows. Otherwise, like, I don't know, the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing, it doesn't really fit in with our plan, because like I don't know, it's just kind of asshole behavior whenever it comes to that.
Yeah,
Y-
it's
You
true.
we let loose a little bit, but you know, it's mostly just like being responsible for our actions, and like, you know, and like and just when we do let loose, we're just having a good and fun time,
Just
but not
having a
getting
good
like
time.
not getting nutty, you know, not getting too nutty. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we're definitely too old for that now. Oh, I will say, here's actually one crazy quick like
Do it.
tour thing. We flew to Mexico and we had to play 3 shows. The traveling was miserable, but we got to Mexico City and we were like staying there for like 2 or 3 days like beforehand, and we're just hanging around like hanging around the town, and like it's really nice and fun, and we get to and it's crazy because we're playing this venue that we played years prior, and it's in a church. Like the place was in like this abandoned church, and they turned it into a music venue. We played in a smaller room, and then they had us play in this bigger setting, and full like we were like I said, we've been walking past this venue before. Like we've been walking around the neighborhood and stuff like casually because we had an Airbnb that was like nearby, or we were staying in a hotel that was nearby, and we finally we play the show, and they get everyone out, and they have like this this like gate, and they're like, someone needs to get your car and bring it in because there's a crowd of people outside waiting for you guys to come out. So someone gets the van, they pull it into the gate, and like everyone's like, get in the van, you know. And we get in the van, and they they open the gates and it's like fucking, I hate to say it, but it's like Beatlemania. Like just people are like slamming on our van, and there's just like hundreds and hundreds of people who are just like banging on our van, and we drive off and they're running after us. And here's the thing is that we were only 2 blocks away. So they caught up to us. Like these kids that just ran and they're just like losing their breath and like speaking broken English, like trying to get photos with us. And the more that like they're like, okay, they ran, so let's do this. But then just more people started coming. They found out like where we were, and we eventually were just like, we can't do anymore. Sorry. But it was like a good 20 minutes of just people finally like catching up or running up. You know, it was just insane. We never like the shows like that Garden Grove show. Like that was like that, and then that moment were like kind of like the most insane, you know,
Really?
moments. Yeah,
Wow.
because everyone jumped on that stage whenever we were
Oh
playing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and they were surrounding us. You know, like they were like absolutely surrounding us, like just like and like stepping on our pedals and shit. And it was just like that was like annoying, but it was just like I the thing is I hate that. I hate that feeling because it makes you claustrophobic.
Sure, I
So
bet.
it was like fucked up. But it was fun
What
nonetheless.
was
Everyone had a good time.
yeah? What was funny about that show was that I was standing in line, and uh these three people that I met at a coffee shop, or they went to the same coffee shop I did. Like, hey man, like what's up? I was like, hey man, I'm just waiting for the show. He's like, oh yeah, like where are you gonna be? I was like, oh, just gonna take a seat, because I mean I'm already. I know there's
Yeah,
seat. I know the venue. I know that there's seats. I'm
I'm
cool
sick.
over there.
Yeah,
I'm at that point that I'm sitting.
nice.
So thank you. So I see him. He's like, come on. I'm like, nope, like not this guy. I'm just gonna sit here like an old man and watch this chaos. I did not know that they're gonna bum rush the stage,
Yeah,
into so to speak. But yeah, I actually took a picture of that, and it was just like from where I was. I mean, I'll show you the picture in a second.
like a C. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You
it
should
was
send
just
it.
like
A
a
C.
sea of kids. A sea of them. I was like, this is insane.
No.
I mean, it's like I have my tape, so it's like I'm not gonna risk, anything happening to that.
Yeah, dude.
The coveted repress.
Yeah. You had it. You had it. You had it locked in. You didn't want to lose it. You know, you've been wanting it for so long.
I know. Yeah, I know. And I finally got it for myself. I treated myself.
It just seemed rough too. Like I just remember like people just looked a little miserable when they were up there too, because they were just getting shoved and shit. And then I was miserable because I was like, man, I don't want to fucking see anyone get hurt right now.
Yeah. Good venue though. Love it.
Yeah, I
Garden Grove
actually
Amphitheater.
it's funny because I've been there before and I saw Noah's band Navy Gangs played there. So that was my second time being there. But they played where they were selling the merch. Like there's like a little stair
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's 3 stages that play. There's the outside one.
they played on that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, this place is cool. And then whenever we got asked to play, I was like, oh fuck yeah, like that's so sick, you know. And it's crazy for Noah because he played for like maybe you were out there. It was like a Still Woozy played.
It sounds
It was
familiar.
it was a Minty Boys show, and I think someone else played too. I don't like. I mean, I'm not a fan of that band, Still Woozy, but um, Navy Games got put on there, so it was like it was just like a fun time, you know. I felt like a lot of like if people were living in that area, then like I feel like they were gonna come through because it was something to do.
Yeah, Garden Grove's a great area, and it's cool that that spot there hopefully doesn't go under.
Oh yeah,
But if
yeah.
it does, I
I hope
mean,
not either.
you got some chunk of change, throw it their way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know you
fun
do.
spot.
Yeah. Fuck it, break the lease that you just signed up for a year,
And I'll just save it.
and just go. Yeah, we'll save it first, and then move down to Garden Grove. I mean, it's as simple as that. I laid out the whole plan for you. All right. Anyways, I mean, like, I'm gonna stop recording it, and then we'll chat for a second. I'll let you go. But listen,
Okay.
what can we plug? Gap Girls, Bandcamp.
Yeah. Bandcamp on all, I mean, Street Desires is already out. It's all on all platforms. The new album is coming soon. That's all I can really say.
It's gonna be a bangers central.
It's bangers only.
Mm-hmm.
The working album title is Forever Love, Forever After.
Ooh, catchy.
Yes.
Surf Curse Bandcamp or surfcurse.com.
Surfcurse.com.
Yeah, that is it's that, right? You guys have that domain, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys do.
We got it, and we're gonna be. I think we're updating stuff on the store, and
everything's sold out right now. It's going pretty good.
Good. We gotta re-up. But yeah, no. But as far as it's gonna be a while for Surfer stuff. Current Joys has some albums coming out, so he's gonna be busy doing that stuff. So look out for some CJ bangs.
Some CJ bangs. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jacob.
Well, thank you, Jacob. It's been a great time talking.
It's been a pleasure. I gotta get you on again. This has been wonderful. But I'm gonna talk to you in 1 second here after I just stop recording this.
Okay.
I'll see you.